Did I manifest a bad thing? Or was it my intuition telling me all along? Hi, I'm Dasha. I'm your host. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share. Remember, in the comments, favorite frames, hashtag favorite frames, and write your golden nugget, whatever it is, whatever stands out for you, your biggest takeaway, your highs, your favorite moments throughout this video. I know this is a juicy one. I know so many of us like, and I wanted to do a part two because I just did that other video and I forgot, obviously, to talk about this. And I was like, oh, there's something I want to talk about. So I was like, okay, I'll make a separate video because this is a really important topic that we love to mindfuck ourselves about. Yeah, we love to mindfuck ourselves. Like, oh my God, did I have all these negative thoughts and I manifested? Or is it something inside me? Right. So let's take a breath. Breath of compassion. Let's just take some compassion in for whatever happened. And I want to tell you, your intuition is very fucking powerful. And there's also sometimes red flags about situations that we choose to ignore. It's been there. And there's also parts that are like so fucking terrified that they actually create like a energetic pushing away of opportunities, people, money. So this is really fucking crazy. This is really deep and profound conversation and topic. I didn't actually know. I was like, I need to talk about this. I'm like, what am I going to say? I'm like, I'm just going to channel. So I'm going to freaking channel, use some fucking magic. Oh my gosh. It's hard to think about hypotheticals, right? So I'm going to use my example. And then if you have an example that you want me to riff on, I will gladly do that. So put in the comments. And maybe more examples will come to me because this is really like I'm opening Pandora's box. I'm like, holy shit. So let's use the example of this man that randomly messaged me out of nowhere, very sexy French. And I'm like, oh, I think there's something off. So, okay, I'm going to have to tell you the secret. I have to tell you the fucking secret. So he's married and he's in open marriage. And that's fine. I've just never been with a married man. I kind of don't see the point because I'm looking for love and I'm having fun, but I'm also having fun. So I'm like, yeah, French fun, travel, whatever. Let's fucking go. He's also going to take me on a really fantasy thing I want to do. So I was like, okay, like, what a vibe. What? And I was, remember, if you watch the other thing, I was in deep scarcity, nothing, dry, 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 Italy full of fatties and married men that I don't think are in an open relationship. Who the fuck knows? It wasn't my vibe. So I was like, oh, friends. Now I'm in France. I'm like, oh, God, what the hell was I thinking? But anyway, just to catch you up. So then it messed up. I just checked my phone, like he's messaging me, all of that. And so was it intuition or did I create it? Well, there's not many things I can say about that. So let's unpack it. So he is married. He doesn't have good communication skills. He's not conscious. He's not tantric. And so lots of red flags here. So I feel like it's not even intuition. It's like clearly not a match. But there was that scarcity. There was also that like excitement. And sometimes when I'm traveling, I'm just like, YOLO, you fucking YOLO, you know? Where so maybe it was my intuition, most likely in this situation, yes. Maybe I manifested it. It could have also been that way because I had this weird feeling that he wasn't going to show up, and then I created a whole environment around him not showing up, and he fell into it. So it's a very interesting concept because it's like we are the intuition. We are the creatrix. We are the universe. We're creating everything. So yeah, technically, we are creating it. And it's not a conversation people want to have because they're like, oh, I had a bad feeling I was going to get robbed and I got robbed. Wait, that was because I created that? Well, yeah, you create everything. So yeah, you create the bad things in your life, but it's kind of like your soul has chosen this path for you to experience the experience, to learn the lessons. And next question, well, if I have a bad feeling and then I act on it, could I save myself? Yes, there's so many miracle stories where someone has a bad feeling, they don't go on the airplane, and then they survive, they live to tell the story. There's also many people that maybe had a bad feeling and they got on the airplane and they fucking died. This conversation getting really serious. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like real full channeling and I'm full like it's coming and I'm like, do I say it? This is do I post it? I'm gonna make this video. And if I post it, I post it. If I don't post it, I don't post it. But I'm gonna make it to the finish line. So most of the time, our intuition is always doing things for us. It loves us. It loves us so much, wants the best for us. But we also have the protector pieces that sometimes trick us to be like, it's your intuition. And actually, it's not your intuition. So I love to use examples of people that want to work with me, but choose not to. So they're like literally crying on the discovery call. They're like, yes, this is what I want. You're the perfect mentor. I want to build this movement. Yes. But then they sleep on it. Their parts get in the way and they're like, don't fucking do it. This is a bad idea. Not now. Not now. This is not time. You can spend your money there and you can, and they're like, okay, yeah, I felt into it. It's not a good idea. But actually, it's their parts that got in the way. But for me, I'm like, I agree. It's not a good idea. Because for me, I work with people who lead themselves, right? So it's not an alignment. If they can't, if they're not commit, if their parts aren't in alignment for them to even enter discussion on moving towards that, it's going to be hard work. It's going to be real hard work. And would have to do a lot of the work. They wouldn't be able to lead themselves. So when people come to me and then something happens and they're like, oh, it doesn't feel in alignment. And I, for some reason, didn't feel in alignment. But I honestly, I'm always open. Even if it's a challenging client, I'm like, well, if you feel the call and you're happy to make the investment and you're going to show up every session, I'm happy to go on the journey. Even if they're like a client that I feel like would be really, really, really difficult, I'm like, bring it on. I love a challenge. I freaking love a So yeah, I love a challenge and I just trust in this divine orchestration by the universe, like the right people will come. So I was listening to this podcast from Layla Martin and Mel Wells about dating, and Mel Wells says like there's a man that is manifesting you in this moment. And I know my ex manifested me, I manifested him. So it's always like that. Like your clients are manifesting you, the right people are thinking of you. So it's like just trusting that they're coming and trusting that the people that come, and even if you say yes to the wrong thing, because there's so many people that say no to me, say yes to a not aligned mentor because their parts are like, yes, this person will not get you to where you need to go. Say yes to them. They spend thousands of dollars and then they end up coming back to me at the end being like, oh my God. And they could have fast tracked, but they needed the scenic route. They needed to learn all the lessons to finally be ready. So there's no wrong. Today I was talking to my friend about truth, She's like, I don't know if this is the truth, but it is the truth right now. Even if, like, for example, you're like feeling into your truth, should I stay or should I go? And you just decide to stay. That is your truth. Even if your truth changes, because truth changes. It's not always. It's just like where you're ready, what you're ready to hear. So it's like, should I stay or should I go? I should stay. You're ready to stay, and then maybe something will happen and then you finally be ready to go, right? Or if you leave and then you're like, fuck, I left the love of my life. You were meant to have that experience because you were meant to learn all these lessons, and actually you were meant to leave. And then maybe if you're meant to stay together, you will reunite. That's the thing. So I hope this gives you hope. There's never a wrong choice. And yeah, it might be the scenic route, but it's for your highest good because you're not actually ready to quantum leap. you still need the lessons. You still need the experience. There's never a bad experience, never a bad relationship. It's like, it's just here to teach you. Oh, fuck, it's my boundaries again. Oh, fuck, it's not me speaking my truth. Oh, fuck, it's me not valuing or having self-worth. It's not their fault. They're just playing something out for you to see. If they're using and abusing you, it's because you're letting them. You have put yourself in that situation. And there's no fucking excuse in them doing that. But if we look from the higher, this is a really controversial video. Oh my God, I'm like, what the fuck is going to be in the comments? But if you look at the higher perspective, and I know I've been a bad guy, and I've literally experienced this. Who's experienced this? I want to hear in the comments, like where the universe speaks through you, and you're like, what the fuck did I just say? It causes crazy rapture. And that person just wasn't meant to be in your life, or you were meant to be the bad guy to play something out for them to get the lesson. Who's had that? Because for me, for ages, I was like, what the fuck? Because I'm like radical responsibility. I'm like, I take radical fucking responsibility for all the things that come out of my mouth, all the actions I do. But honestly, like, what the fuck was that? That was like not me, but I would still take responsibility. I'm like, it's fully, I'm so sorry, fully me. I'll take it. But I'm just sitting like, what the fuck? This happened a few times with me. And I also noticed, this is also really crazy, but like this video is so crazy. So I'm just putting it all in there, is when someone, for example, they're like, everyone thinks I'm a fucking loser. They literally have such a strong frequency that people start thinking they're a fucking loser. Or if you're like the nicest human ever, but they're like, you're a fucking bitch. Then they start acting, and then their energy pulls out the inner bitch in you. It's so powerful. So our beliefs really create our reality. Our energy field is so fucking strong. So this is why on the other video, when I was like, I need to change my beliefs, where I'm like, everyone's out to get me. Like, I can't trust anyone. It's like the world responds to you, honey. So I'm like, fuck that. And I noticed that recently. I'm like, I'm changing that. I am just so protected. I'm so safe. I just magnetize the most beautiful, amazing people, because this is a frequency. This is the frequency. We are constantly magnetizing and repelling things, right? So if you're having a weird feeling about something, check in with yourself. Like, okay, if I follow through, is this for my highest good? Is there a lesson in this? Is it worth it? Or maybe I just need to like feel into this and it's not meant to be. So for example, let's use the date and a mentor. So the date, this guy, is for my highest good. Something feels off. Should I still go and find out? Or it feels off, I should just leave it. And there could be this anxiety, the nervousness of like a first date, feeling so anxious about the first date and like hating first dates. So you just pick you nitpick people and you never go on a first date. But the other example is you're always dating, you're always open, but this just feels off. So it's not a repeating pattern. So most likely it is like something's off. With a mentor, if you're like 1 minute they're the fucking one and then suddenly they're not, it's probably your parts, right? If you're like, I fucking hate this person, I hate this person, and then maybe you suddenly like them, it might be like a frequency shift where you were projecting a lot and then suddenly you're like, oh fuck, I'm projecting things. It's not actually about this person. There's so many nuances to this, and I can't believe I went on this fucking tangent. Honestly, I'm like, whoa. Once I started speaking, because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna answer. And then once I started, I was like, oh, we're going on an adventure. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Like, are you like, she's off her nut? Or like, fuck yes, finally someone speaking to what I'm feeling and I've never been able to express it. Because there's a lot of things I mentioned here that is very, very advanced concepts. And you really have to understand, like really understand that you are God, that you are the creator, like that you are creating everything. And that your soul has chosen this mission and you've chosen this experience. It's all part of it. And it's all for your highest good of evolution and excitement and pleasure. And just to have an adventure, it's like, you overcome the obstacles and the challenges. So then you're like, fuck yeah. Because when life is just like just super easy, cruisy, chill, it's fucking boring. It's boring. You want the magic, you want the drama, you want the chaos. And if you don't understand that, then you just create chaos every time your life is magic because you self-sabotage because you don't know what it's like to hold the frequency of magic, abundance, goodness. You're like, oh, this feels unusual. Let's just chaos. Woo, excitement. So we talked about really, really advanced concepts. So if it doesn't resonate, if you're like, just let this video go, watch the other ones. And if it really resonates, I want to hear from you. I'm really putting myself out here, like showing vulnerably. I'm like scratching my foot. I'm just like, ah. Let's take a breath. And just if you have follow-up questions, I'd love to see them in the comments. I think I want to just end on like, I'm doing so much study into Taoism and energy. And I've been practicing this for many, many years and experimenting with friends and people and observing and contemplating and my clients. And I want to just end that your beliefs are so fucking powerful. They are so much more powerful than you think because they really move your energy field. They control your energy. Where focus goes, energy flows. Where thoughts are the things that are moving the focus. And you are like, there's a part of me that I worked with recently that it was so good at just repelling everyone energetically. And I know this energy. When people fuck me, I'm like ice, like storm. I know I have that energy, that dark witch energy. And we all have energy. You know, these people that you're trying to love, but they're wall, they just don't see it. We all have our beliefs, so powerful. So it's really important to learn about your beliefs, learn how to access your subconscious beliefs, work through the subconscious beliefs, understand them, do the inner work, do the somatic work, and learn to tap into your intuition on demand. So you get to know, oh, this is my intuition, this is my parts. This is my intuition, this is my parts. It's all practice and training. So if you want to dive deeper into your intuition, I have the perfect training. If you want to dive into the limiting beliefs, email us. There's so much resources. Thank you for being here. Thank you for going on this wild channeling adventure. I'm like, I can't believe I shared all these things. And I can't wait to read the comments because I'm really curious like how this lands. I love you all. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for everyone who shares. Like, it means the world to me. Like, I'm seeing people saying, like, hey, my friend shared. I came here because of Molly and Billy and Sally. And so if your friend invited you and you've been binging and loving, comments, let's shower them with some love. I really want to grow this community and this movement of mischief makers, rebels, magicians who are ready to magic for life instead of human for life, who are ready to just live a life of magic, pleasure, and bliss rather than suffering and struggling and torture. This is my mission for Skoda, my mystery school, and it's such an honor to have you along for the ride. And if you're a healer, change maker, thought leader, and you want to take 10x your movement, I would love to support you. Reach out, send us an email. I love you all. Please like, comment, share, subscribe if you're new, and if you're sharing on your email or on your socials, please write a little blurb of why someone should watch it. Also, be aware this is a very controversial video, so if you're sharing it, you might get some flashback.